Hey guys, welcome to objective number 6. This objective focuses on analyzing data in SchoolNet. So, in order to help you figure out how to gain access to that data, I'm going to take you back into SchoolNet and show you how to generate custom reports and how to use get the kind of reports that are going to give you the data that is going to be the most beneficial to you, especially for the purposes of analyzing data for our data walls this semester and so on. So, what we're going to do is go back into SchoolNet and then go over to the School and District Data tab. Under this tab, you are going to see three options. Your dashboard, where your benchmark tests that Mr. Campbell or Mr. Robinson or whomever your district official is who creates those tests for you, could be Mr. Towery if you're CTE, or even Mr. Long. That's where those are going to stay. And then under here, you're going to have a report bank for reports that other teachers have drawn, or maybe that directors draw, or that you've drawn based on those tests. Here we have a report builder. This is what's important. Any reports that you draw from the report builder are going to be saved under the My Reports section, and that's just the ones that you draw for yourself. For the purpose of this training, I'm going to ask you to go ahead and go to course and section lists. So when you go to this page, notice how fast that loaded. You are going to see a list of classes that you are teaching. This looks like an insane amount, but it's not. So it's probably going to have some old data in there. Just ignore that and find the courses that you're currently teaching. So I'm going to select English 2 year-long. Notice that the current enrollment says 0. That's because at the time of this training and the filming of this video, data for students wasn't populated yet because schedules are still being built and students haven't logged into their PowerSchool accounts or they've been disabled for the summer. So for all intents and purposes, I'm just showing you the process. It will look different and the data will actually populate when your students are enrolled in SchoolNet. So you're going to select a class from the list. And at the bottom there's this little box that says finish selecting, initiate reports for selected sections. Once you've done that, it'll take you to another page where you'll have several options. You can view a student list, which is just basic demographic information. You can view a grade and mark report for the students. So that is going to be beneficial to you because it is going to outline all of the grades that they have for the assessments that they've taken in your course through SchoolNet. You have the option to download an analysis spreadsheet, which is going to be vitally important. The analysis spreadsheet is what's going to give you the meat for your data walls. I wish that I could show you what one of those looked like, but unfortunately, because we don't have student data populated, that's not possible right now. But I will click it just to show you how it works. So when you click the analysis part, it says it's now defining the columns, and it's going to continue to do that because there isn't any data. But you'll see your demographic information for your section that you've chosen. And then here's where the rubber meets the road. You can choose to analyze student data on performances by attendance, by the benchmarks that have been set, so that if your administrator sets a benchmark for your class that is 80% proficiency, then you're going to be able to see how they performed against that, and that's what's going to go in your data wall and in your spreadsheet. You're going to be able to see school and program enrollment. That's not as applicable. Standardized test scores for those students, and so on. When you have compiled everything you need and you have all the columns together that you need, you can go over here to either go to the spreadsheet in the browser window, or you can export it to Excel and actually save it as a spreadsheet itself. So that's fairly simple. That is just one of your options. You can build a custom report if you would like to do that with the section that you choose. And then there you can choose the type of analysis report you want on the left. So this gives you everything. You can look at a lot of student demographic data, obviously that doesn't pertain to us, but grades and marks, and benchmark performances by the standards that you link to the assessments you create in SchoolNet, and their performance by the subject. So if you take all the standards, let's just say, for example, you create a semester's worth of assessments in SchoolNet. If you take every single one of the standards that the Common Core or Essential Standards have for your subject, and you test every single one of those for the whole curriculum, it is going to provide you data for every single one of those all the way down the line, but only in so much as it has been tested to that point. So here are just a few options. Again, mostly demographics. You can narrow it down if you would like to. You can look at students' ACT scores, end of course exams, and things like that. So as far as data goes, that is it for viewing data in SchoolNet. I've shown you how to export it. This process is the one that you'll go through whenever we do have that data populated. And I apologize that that was not available at the time of the filming, but that will be there for you. So without further ado, proceed to the next quest and we will move on to the next objective.